Bailey.
Hey gang, well today's the day. We are finally getting our roll cage started. I am pretty bloody excited. It's been a long time since the last video and since we did our last bit of work to the Nugget. Unfortunately, being self-employed over Christmas sucks. Every other business you do business with shuts down and I don't get holiday pay, so after Christmas there's always a month or 2 month hole where we're just digging ourselves out of the financial stress of Christmas and New Year's and all that crap, but it's all good. We're on top of it now. The financial hole is filled in and we are now taking the car over to Rob's. So yeah, let's not muck around. Let's take this car over.
Brian Little.
G'day, I'm Rob. This is RG Customs. So I grew up working on rally cars since I was about probably 3 years old. Dad's best mate had a rally car and I swung some spanners on that. So cars has always been a big passion. Then 2009, decided it was time to get a real job after being a ski bum for years and seeing the world, and I managed to land a job at Gary Rogers Motorsport as a fabricator. So I did my apprenticeship there and stayed on for a bit after that. Started off literally just tapping holes and making little brackets. And by the end of it, I was built cars for Lee Holdsworth, Michael Caruso. I built 3 Volvos driven by Scott McLaughlin, Alex Prema, Robert Dahlgren. I always wanted to work for myself because I'm not very good at being told what to do. I always sort of had it in the back of my mind, even when I was at GRM, that I think I want to do this for myself. So I created RG Customs. At the moment, I work out of my shed at home, build roll cages mostly. But I'm up for any. I like doing any kind of custom work. I've put 4-link rear ends into HG Holdens. Anything. I'm not scared to cut a car in half and rebuild it. So my cars, almost my first car I bought. I had a couple before it, but the one that sits deep in my heart is a little NX coupe. It's a love or hate car. A lot of people hate them because they're funny shaped, they look like eggs. But I really love it and I can't bring myself to part with it. I got a little carried away one day pulling the stereo out of it because I bought myself a daily to tow it to tracks. I was doing sprints and track days in it. And I basically pulled the entire interior out. Pulled the loom out, spent probably 3 or 4 weeks in the garage in the middle of winter, pulling every wire out of it that didn't need to be there. Went a bit silly with it. And now the plan has turned into building a full space frame, so tube chassis, with full fiberglass body, sports net. The closest thing you can get to no rules racing in Australia. You can do almost anything you want to the car. So that'll be sort of the flagship car for RG Customs. It'll be sort of, look at this is what I can do. I've also got a 1985 Series 3 Bluebird, which I bought when I was at GRM. Picked it up for $200 for an event that we were doing there. It was bog stock. Picked it up off a lady in Geelong, and it went through, or has gone through, a big evolution from CA20 twin spark carby fed live rear axle to now SR20 turbo, making 160 kilowatts at the rear wheels, full S15 rear subframe, roll cage, and I use that mainly for dirt autocross racing. It's pretty quick. I'm usually running probably top 3 outright at club events. I love working on all sorts of different projects. I like to think that if you can think it up, I can build it for you.
Alright, Rob, so what are we going to do with the roll cage in this car?
Well, we're doing a full national spec cams cage in this one, going the whole hog. So we've got 6 points of connection. So we'll have a main hoop that runs up through here, with legs running back to the strut towers.
Yep.
Legs running across the front.
Yep.
With, what did we decide? Sort of NASCAR style.
Yeah,
door cross,
double intrusion
thing
sort of things.
Going on. Get a bit creative with that one, and then our windscreen support bar, stop the roof coming in when
nice.
Matt puts it on his lid.
Which will happen. And then the roof.
And then we'll do sort of a V style roof cross, which will incorporate the diagonals to the back as well.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then the bar along here for harnesses.
And a taxi bar across the side there.
Cool.
For the harnesses.
And that should stiffen up the back pretty well. And
yep.
Make it all nice and clean and tidy.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. So the build process.
So we'll start with the main hoop. I'll start measure that out, bend it up, and then put the crosses in it, and then we'll weld that up sort of on the bench per se, out of the car. Then get put back in, set up on probably just blocks of wood for now, and then we'll run front legs, and that'll set sort of where the hoop sits and sort of the main sort of structure of the cage. Once that's all set in, put door crosses in it and the roof section, get all that tacked together, and then the cage gets dropped. We're going to put this one on boxes.
Yeah.
So there'll be no holes in the floor for it, but it'll drop down sort of into the floor. What we got there, about 3 or 4 inches.
Yeah. And that's so you can weld the top.
So we can weld all the tops of all the bars. Yep. Once all that's done, then we lift it up, put the boxes under it, attach it to the floor.
Yep.
So that minimises all the pull on the car through shrinkage and everything. You build that sort of shell of the cage, for lack of a better word. Let that all shrink and move wherever it wants, and then attach it to the car. And then all we have to do is run the rear legs and diagonals. So that's what we try and do, as much welding as we can with it not attached to the car.
Yep. Do that at the end.
Let all the shrinkage happen, and then we attach it to the
cool.
car.
Sweet as.
Voila.
That's
Building roll
it.
cages 101.
Easy.